Welcome back, everyone, to GOK Today, your go-to source for all things Gathering of the Kingdoms. This podcast will run from now until July and maybe sometime afterwards, so we can do a little after-action review. We will be with you every step of the way as we count down to this year's event. We'll be talking about everything from the theme and activities to the vendors, menu, fundraisers, and more. Joining me today are the autocrats of 2025 GOK Krampus in July. We have David.
Finn here. Finn Iron Fist.
Hell yeah. And then we also have Dusty, aka
Smiley, Iron Fist, and lots of other stuff. But that's it, Smiley.
And myself, Susanna, also known as Astra.
We're proud of her.
Thanks. Well, getting started today, I did want to address some of the not so happy comments we've been getting about the location site and the difficulties that we had last year of getting from the field to the vendors in the feast hall. Smiley, do you want to talk a little bit about how some planning that we're doing to mitigate that?
Yeah, totally. I'll tackle that. We'll talk about it for a minute. Long story short, for those out there who have complained a lot about some of those things, Rourke, we know you're there. But trust me, Rourke's not going to care that I said his name. He'll probably find it hilariously funny. But no, like legitimately, we're listening. We hear you. Being at the site, I get it. It was years ago that we had used Camp of the Tall Pines last for the same event before we did it again last year. And so two things just to cover the front end of this, for everybody to kind of understand. For where we're at in New Mexico and El Paso and Burning Lands being in the locations and finding sites that we can actually use that can accommodate such things as GOK is quite difficult and unfortunately very, very expensive. And so when we're saying expensive, we're not talking like, oh, that's like a $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 site. No, we're talking like double, sometimes triple that.
It's the cost of a sedan.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you're buying, a car essentially for us to be able to just pay for the site fee to be where we're at. And Camp of the Tall Pines is one of those sites of where we are that is actually one of the lower costs, but has more area to cover for us to do what we're doing. And we understand the layout, we understand the locations. We know getting to the battlefields last year and tournaments and how that was set up and trying to get people there was not something that some people were like, oh, this is terrible. Nope, we get it. We understand. And this year, we're trying to address that the best way we can. And one of those parts is if we cannot change the physical location of where we have battle games, then we're going to work on trying to have kind of access to people's vehicles and stuff like that because we have an open site. You can drive essentially anywhere on the site that you want to except for the site owner's property and house, right? Like where they physically live. So, we're hoping to have some people that will be able to do that. We're working with our teams of people that are going to kind of head that up and be kind of transportation crats that will do that. We're kind of calling, what am I thinking of? It's like instead of the Polar Express, it's like the Krampus Express because it's Krampus.
Yeah.
But we also have some anonymous donors that are trying to help us out too, understanding the financial cost and limitations that we have to do this. So depending on what that cost is, we may also have some golf carts again. We may not, but we are working on those things so we can get people around. But ultimately what our team's working on right now, which falls under my purview for the battle games, tournaments, and quests, are crats that are over those things. We're talking about trying to figure out a location on site that is closer to the lodge rather than further away. Battle games and stuff may happen before you get to Vendor Row rather than after Vendor Row, if you understand the site layout. For those who haven't been to the site, you have no doubt I'm talking about. Long story short, we're trying to get it closer to where everybody keeps populating and making that easier for people to go around. And if we can do that, it'll solve a lot of problems. So yes, we're listening. We hear you. My knees don't like to walk all over the place in long distances either. So we're trying to make it happen the best we can. So bear with us. We're going to do the best we can while still trying to improve on how many battle games we have, how many tournaments we're going to be running, how the quests are going to be run, to really let people have an environment of why AmpGuard exists, why our rules of play have the classes they have, and still have the environment of people and fellowship that people like to have with one another when we come to the event. So we're working on it. I can't guarantee anything, but we are listening and we're doing everything we can to solve some of those simple issues. We're not saying we disagree with the haters out there. Again, Rourke, you actually make some good points, man. And I'm not completely in disagreement with you, but I'm doing the best I can with what I got. And so we're going to try to make it the best we can in the place we got. that's the simplistic pieces of it. Smiley out. Thanks for coming to my Smiley talk.
I'm glad we have some plans that we're working towards, and that we've had some of our crats, myself included, volunteer to run the Krampus Express with our own vehicles. So that just depends on how busy we get on site. And I know we have other people that are interested in volunteering. So if you're interested in volunteering for the Krampus Express, please reach out to one of us.
Yeah, we'd love to use you. We've kicked ideas around too, to where, I don't know, growing up as a kid, I don't know if you guys, Sin, Astra, if you guys had this, or where you guys kind of grew up. Well, Sin, I mean, we kind of grew up in the same place, so you probably remember some of these things, right? There was always some place somewhere that had like a hay ride, right? And it was just a truck with a trailer and hay bales on it. It was like, come to the hayride, pumpkin patch this, and all these other things. And then all of a sudden winter would hit and it'd be Christmas time, and you still had these places that had hay rides throughout the fall and into the winter. So we've talked about it. I've talked with Strider about it. Strider's our food crat. Astra has he's on Astra's team over there to help to take care of food for us. And he's talked about what it would look like to possibly use their truck. They have a business that has trucks and hauls potable water, and they used to own a feed store here locally in town. And so they kind of know how some of these things work and what there is. And so we've talked about what it would look like to have a trailer that literally is just making a route that it becomes the Krampus Express, that people get to have hay rides. So, we're kicking all kinds of ideas around. It doesn't mean that's going to be there. If it is, cool. I just don't know if I trust every Dark Rider and Corsair and a Nihilist member and Black Cross member to not fall off of the trailers. So, and I mention all those names because I am a Dark Rider, and Sin's Black Cross. Astra is the only one that's like, I'm not any of those things. I'm Claude. That goes back to the 80s. So, she's very much attached to the legacy of things. But, I think it could be fun. And obviously for our listeners, if somebody has a cool idea or you've ran an event as well, I know we have a lot of experience between the three of us of playing AmpGuard for a while and doing some of the things that we've done, but that doesn't mean we know everything or we have every idea or we've tried everything. So if you've been out there like, hey, I get it, you guys do the best you can, here's something we did, and I don't know, I was the autocrat for Known World War and we did this. Shoot us some ideas. I can't promise we'll use them, but I'll take any idea anybody's got.
Yeah, ideas are always welcome.
Yeah, and it's not too late to shoot those in either. Like we can still implement things that we feel will actually work. Like we're not that close to the event. Like, well, it's too late. Got a week. Can't do that now.
Exactly. Thank you for helping us address that. Just so everybody knows, I know I mentioned it on the last episode in the outro. For our listeners, pre-reg is open. Pre-reg is on our website, kingdomoftheburning-lands.org. Check it out. Read the fine print. That's all I had to say about that.
Make sure you read that fine print.
That fine print,
That fine print.
That fine print. Yeah, please, go there. It's Kingdom of the Burning Lands. Yeah, kingdomoftheburning-lands.org. Like, it's not .com. Yeah, .org. There'll be pre-registration that you can click immediately on the front page, on the landing page at the very top. Pre-registration helps. Please, as a former guy who did Gate for many years, pre-registration is one of the most amazing things in the world. So please go pre-register now. And not only does it help us prep for the site of what we're looking at of who's already going to be there, guaranteed, but it makes your Gate crats life a million times easier. So, yeah. So please go check that out. You can, go through all the stuff and all the information there, click on buy tickets, and just read all the information, go through and see what everything says. Make sure you're reading the fine print and adjusting what you need there. And I'm kind of going through it right now, looking at some of it. So you'll have general admission, you'll have child admission, and then, you can check everything else out on anything else you want to do. And then click next and go to checkout, and you'll be gravy. So you can make it happen. So just do it.
Just do it.
Do it.
Do we want to talk about who wants to go first? I feel like Smiley just talked a lot. So do we want to go to Sin now?
Yeah, we do. We absolutely do. Spotlight on Sin.
Sin, will you tell us about something going on in your team at this time?
I feel like I'm at church right now trying to preach a message. Like, yeah, let's have a spotlight on Sin.
I can't talk for like hours like Smiley just did, but I'll give it a shot. Well, my hydration team, we're actually planning on having more than just what was it, 2 that we had last year, hydration
Yeah.
stations?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have 5 this year, and we're gonna have one. Yeah, we're gonna have one at gate, of course. Then we're gonna have one at Merchant Row. Then we're gonna have one at the tourney field, and then of course the ditch field, battlefield, however y'all want to call it. And then we're gonna have one more within that long walk that everybody's been taking, so that way everybody's staying hydrated during that walk. But hopefully we'll have the transportation things figured out, so they won't be walking as much. We're
That's
definitely
awesome.
we're definitely gonna try to keep everybody hydrated this year. Same
Can
thing
we,
with our.
Can we get some pickles? What's some pickles?
I was actually thinking about bringing some pickles, and actually I was actually thinking about filling up maybe like a 5-10 gallon thing of some pickle juice to have. I actually been thinking about that.
Let's do it.
And maybe some oranges out there.
Those
Oh,
are
that'd be
both
cool.
great for hydrating.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Same thing with the medical. We're gonna have a lot more people on medical team this year, so that way we're everywhere on site. And our medical spots they will have medical flags to mark our location. So if you need to go somewhere, just look for the medical flag if you're hurt or something, or we'll come to you either way.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm really
Love
glad
it.
to hear that.
Hey man, we're gonna get pickles. We're gonna get oranges. Man, we're gonna pump everybody with vitamin C. You know,
right.
We're gonna make sure everybody's hydrated. You know, and then we're gonna sit and eat pickles. I love it.
Pretty much.
Like this is great. PNC, it's the ones for me. Great.
Before we talk about me and Smiley's thing, I don't know if you were done, David. Oh, my bad. I just want to let you guys know that we have 8 minutes left, but I will just do a new Zoom meeting on a different email account.
If y'all want me to talk about security,
Yeah, let's hit security. Let's talk about that a little.
yeah, with security, we're gonna have a full team. I think we counted hopefully about 6 or 7 on security team.
Okay.
We definitely want to have them spread out too. I don't know if I saw enough security last year, so that was kind of my concern too. But we're definitely probably gonna do like a 0 tolerance to make sure everybody's following the rules and everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing and not doing it. But so we'll have security around for sure.
Well, I mean, that gives me confidence. There's an issue. We can, it's gonna be handled. Yes,
Yeah, for sure.
lady with black hair in the back. Yeah.
What does 0 tolerance mean? Like no tomfoolery, or
Just keeping it simple, like just not being a douchebag pretty much, and not catching something on fire or picking on some kids, being bullies or something, just all the stuff that would get you thrown out of sight pretty much.
okay.
Anything that would violate the COC or anything that's a judgment call, like you're not being safe, we've already asked you at least twice or once, like you can get out.
Right. Yep, pretty
I like
much.
I like that.
It's a good practice.
I like it. Okay, what's next?
Was that everything on his team? Is it my turn?
Well, we covered gate already.
We covered gay and
Security,
medical, and hydration.
Yeah.
Okay.
Facilities. I mean,
yeah.
we got a big team on facilities too.
Yeah. So David. Hi. Smiley here from Smiley Network News. I just want to make sure we are going to have toilet paper in the bathrooms. Right? Is that active facilities like that's taken care of? Like we will not run out of toilet paper.
No.
Did
I'll
we
make
not
sure
have
we
toilet?
do not.
Did we not
Don't
have
have
toilet
toilet
paper
paper.
last year?
I'm not saying we ever ran out of toilet paper. I'm not saying that I've been at an event where there wasn't toilet paper. But I am saying I'm just happy to know at GOK we will have toilet paper in the bathroom.
Yes, plenty of toilet paper at all times.
That's awesome. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have one of those. What are they called? Those guys that stand in the restrooms. With
The attendants in the bathroom, it's like
yeah.
your cologne, sir. Your soap, sir.
There you go.
Here's
Yep.
the towel, sir.
Your butt napkins, me lord.
Butt napkins. Yes, sir. Would you like some face paper? We got face paper. You smell fresh, sir. Go win the tournament. Cheerio. If we could do that in an event, you actually have them with like the red vest, but it's like a red vest. It's an entire tunic that's just like sitting there.
Yeah.
Their heraldry is like a toilet paper roll flying through the
Yeah,
air.
it's a toilet paper roll and hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
We should make that happen.
Somebody walks in, as soon as they walk out of the bathroom, they're just like spritzing the bathroom like fresh. Have a good day, sir. Don't forget to wash your hands.
I love it.
Like all their shirts just have a roll of toilet paper, and it just says, "This is how I roll." Doing it.
That's awesome. I love it. It's a great.
We really need a much bigger budget just so we can make this happen.
Yeah.
For sure.
That'd be awesome.
I love it.
You guys, thanks for joining us for the GOK today. We're going to take a quick break, and you can hear from our sponsors from Smiling Foamworks. Hi, guys. You might recognize me from such places as Dark Oasis, the Burning Lands, Emerald Hills, Golden Plains, but most notably, the owner of Smiling Foamworks. We make short swords called all kinds of weird names. And one of them is just, well, basic. Why? Because we started in October. But we'll be at GOK. So come on down. Come and see us. Get your 36-inch sword or the 48-inch Durandal or get a dome shield made out of all foam. Whatever you need, we will make sure to make it for you. Because you can fight your way. Now get out of here, kids, before I get mad. We're back from our sponsor. Astor, take it away.
So what's going on with my team? Let me get out my notes.
See, for our listeners, and you guys understand, she always has notes and is extremely organized. And me and David over here, we're like, we don't need to be that organized. We're good.
Good for you.
We know our team very personally, right? We know them by name. Astor's like, no, I got CDO. This has to be.
What's CDO?
It's OCD, but you got to make sure it's alphabetical order.
No, I don't have OCD. I have ADHD, and I get medication finally. After decades of struggling, I get medication tomorrow, so hopefully I will be better. New and improved. Like, I know my team, but you ask me who my team is, and suddenly I'm like, there's a team? It's like when someone asks you your favorite band, and you're like, I suddenly don't know a single musician. Anyway, my team. One of my undercrats is still Het. She's our A&S crat, and she has put a group together of instructors for some really cool classes. I'm really excited. We will have the schedule up within the next, well, it should have been up already, but we're working on that. After our next meeting, it should be up. So by the end of the month. I don't want to steal her thunder because I'm hoping I can get her on as a guest, but we have a lot of very diverse classes, and I'm really excited to showcase some new talent as far as our instructors go, people who I haven't seen instruct in our kingdom, at least in a long time. So look out for that information to be pushed out.
That'd be cool.
Next up on my team, we have Lady JL. She is our vendor crat, and we have a lot more vendors than we did last year. We're actually working on figuring out how we're going to put them all in the corral, and we've discussed how we plan on organizing it if we need to go outside of the corral. If you guys were at GOK last year, you know all the vendors were in the corral, and they may or may not all fit in there this year because we have so many more vendors coming. We have, I'm just going to list a few of them because I kind of want, JL and Strider are going to be guests on the show later this month, so I want to make sure I give them their spotlight. But of course, we have our Elder Squirrel Emporium. We know and love them. We have Smiling Foamworks. He's a guy that we know, I guess.
Does it actually let them into an event? Wow, low standard.
One of my favorite vendors that I'm so excited to have this year is Calentier Trim. He has lots of trim, and it's affordable, and I'm addicted to him, and I can literally spend $1,000 on trim in an hour.
You guys heard that right. Like she said, trim. Like you could put on your tunics and everything that you're using, and your belt favors or your sashes or pouches. And it's, I don't know how to describe their shop. Like it is massive in rolls and rolls and rolls of trim. And it's not just stacked, like you can grab it and it's like displayed up and sitting up, and you can roll it off and cut it. It's nuts.
It's amazing. It is. If you're a garber, it's like heaven. I just love Calentier trim. So look out for those. Like I said, I don't want to take Lady JL's thunder because she will be a guest in a later episode. So that's all I'll speak about on that. Just know that we have a lot more vendors than last year. On top of that, of course, we have Strider, who's our feast crat. I do have the menu up on our website. Bless you.
Okay.
So the first day, Thursday, we're really only doing dinner and a late night snack because most people are going to come probably in the afternoon. The only people I know who get there super early in the morning are usually crats.
I'm challenging everybody who's listening. Show up when gate opens in the morning on Thursday. Prove us wrong and have 120 or 50 or 200 people waiting to get in to the site. Astra and go.
Now you got to feed them.
You got to do something.
The backup plan I have in place, if that happens, if it's to a point where we have to do something like that,
you've actually thought about this as a contingency plan? Like you're like, if enough people show up, I'm going to backup plan for breakfast.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this shows you the level of dedication that the autocrats have for this event. She has explored all options and is prepared for anything that may happen.
It's called anxiety.
Somebody literally heard that just now and went, oh gosh, she's speaking to my soul.
It might be one of the people on my team. Anyway, so I do want to let you guys know I do have a contingency plan. If a bunch of people show up Thursday morning when gate opens and I have to do breakfast. My plan is to switch Friday's breakfast and put it on Thursday. And then I have a great team. I trust them to take control while I go to the store and plan the next day's breakfast. And the same thing with lunch. I would just move what we have, like we already have food for those days. We just slide it over to Thursday should we need to. And then I will go personally purchase things because I don't know what our budget is going to look like that weekend, that day of. But military's getting a raise, so don't worry about me. So yeah, that's my contingency plan, is just to switch things around. We do it all the time in the military if we have to, because there's something we say is needs of the army. The needs of the army come before our own, and sometimes we have to switch things around. You just have to roll with the punches. And that's something I'm very used to being in the military right now. And also, as a performance artist, sometimes emergency situations happen and you have to redesign the whole set the day of the performance. And that's also something I'm very used to. So yeah, we have food planned. If a bunch of people come Thursday, awesome. That's great for the event. That's great that we're growing and making a comeback since COVID. Yeah. And if it doesn't happen, cool. We're also prepared for things to run smoothly. Thursday night, our dinner is sponsored by Smiling Foamworks. I don't know if you guys have heard of them.
I haven't. I have not. I've never heard of this company.
I think you'd like the owner.
Really? I mean, those, like, I don't know. I mean,
he's an interesting fellow. He stole my birthday.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to start a new company then called Frowny Foamworks and be like, the heck with that guy.
That would be funny.
Just be like me as a curmudgeon making stuff.
Oh, that's funny. Beat out the market. Own all the companies.
Sure.
Moving right along to Friday. For breakfast, we're going to have some delicious burritos sponsored by Sir Reed out of Burning Lands, I should say. Then for lunch, we're going to do wraps, and I think we're going to have trail mix and possibly some other chip options for a side. But the idea for the lunches for Friday and Saturday is that they're like a sack lunch. So if you need to take something on the go, because you're like, hey, I want to go watch the fights, I want to go watch the tournaments, you don't have to be plated and staying where there's a trash bin. Since there's a little bag, like when you get done with your trash, you put it in your bag, roll it up, put it in a belt bag until you see a trash bin. Too easy, right?
I love everything about this.
Yeah, I love to go stuff. I love things to go because I'm like the Energizer Bunny. I don't stop. That's what the medication is for. I get it tomorrow. Bear with me.
I mean, I like that aspect because especially if people are fighting in tournaments or if they're fighting in battle games and there's this break for a minute so they can go get lunch. Sometimes, depending on how that goes, sometimes people just don't make it back in time for the next battle game. But instead of like, yep, it's on the go, I got it, I'm already here, I can set it with my equipment, we're done fighting for a minute, I'll take a bite of my food.
Yeah, another thing that I'd like to do, since I will be using my vehicle to transport people, I want to stop by the ditch field around lunchtime and just be like, hey, do you guys want lunch? I'm gonna go grab a bunch of them, and as a crat I can vouch for, hey, I need 20. And I'm taking them. And I can't say I can do that for every meal, but I'm going to try my hardest to at least do it during lunch because I know that's the meal that people miss out on the most.
So you're going to be like you're going to Astra the DoorDasher?
The Door Astra? No, I'm just going to be the site mom. Here's your water or apple juice. Here's your fruit and your chips. You know, that's my goal. I just want people to be fed and happy. I know I'm a person that has allergies. Oftentimes at events, I can't eat a lot of food, so I always bring a lot of snacks. So I'm always good at events, but I know not everybody does that or has the funds to do that after a long travel to get here. So I just want to make sure we can take care of our people as much as possible, because when you're at a Burning Lands Inner Kingdom event, you're under our care, our love, our protection. You're one of us. I'm going to take care of our own.
That's right.
Well, he just pieced the hell out. All right. The last person under me is marketing. I'm working with her to get stuff going. We need to start pushing out information so people are more aware of things that we're all discussing. And yeah, so her and I are a team. We're going to be working together on our marketing efforts. So stay tuned for more stuff.
Get ready for all of the information to hit all of your Kingdom pages.
All of it at once. Wall of text. I'm just kidding. It'll be in bite-sized pieces.
Facebook will be like, we think you're trying to spam. Stop it. You can't post anything for 3 days.
It's okay. I got 3 accounts.
That's why there's 3 of us and we can all post.
Yes.
That's right.
Smiley, do you want to talk about your team?
Yeah, I mean, we're a good team. We're giving 110%. I feel like any team that's going to be a team is going to really be able to take the field and give 110%. And I feel like out there we're doing the best job that best jobs can do, and just giving that 110% as teams do. And at the end of the day, we're winning with that 110% attitude. So, battle games, tournaments, rah rah rah, 110% all. Yeah, good question. Good question. Next.
You didn't say anything.
No, we have. I think we have a good team. The Warlord Mafia is going to be doing the tournaments, and so we have quite a few of us that are part of that group and talking about how we're going to do those things. We really want to try to allow for some tournaments that's going to allow individuals that have lower orders of the Warrior to really participate and actually maybe find some wins there and some encouragement to go, hey, maybe I can do this. Maybe I can take fighting a little more seriously, or I am developing a little bit more, or some of the hard work they've put in, they're going to have an opportunity to really show, instead of just having nothing but open tournaments and here's these 10 warlords and great. This event's not my event to place in anything. So we're going to try to make sure we have more of those opportunities for people, as well as some of the normal things that are out there. For quests, I haven't really talked to Kodiak too much on the quest just yet, and so I believe we're still going to do those and try to have that themed around Krampus and Santa Claus and things like that throughout the night, through the days and stuff. Yes, the Vulcan in the back. What can I do for you?
Space elf.
My apologies.
Are you guys gonna have any monster tournaments? Because
Okay,
Krampus.
All right, so elaborate, like monster tournament.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like they're going to be dressed as a monster fighting each other? Or do you think they should have abilities? Or is it like bring your best monster out of the door on Avatar, and we're going to pit them against each other, and it's going to be like Mad Max, 2 monsters enter, 1 monster leaves? I mean,
that could be cool. I like all of those options. But if you do a battle game and have the people vote, and obviously maybe have people on the sidelines who are watching vote, so that, because of course you're going to vote for the monster that's on your team.
Yeah.
And then who played a better monster,
Yeah.
That could be cool.
We could do something like that. We can talk to our team about that. I think it's a good idea. Sure,
Yeah.
absolutely. Why not? I can talk to Checkers about that. He's our battle crat, and so he's trying to make sure that we're going to have a constant flow of games, not long periods of time to where there's no games going on, but we're going to have a constant flow because David's team is going to be doing a good job to make sure we have 5 hydration stations, and we're going to have one close to where the battlefield's at. That's really where his concern's at. And so for some of the people that have posted about events, I've shared those things with him. I've shared those things with our team, and we're really trying to do everything we can to focus on that, take it seriously. Our budget is limited because of the cost of the site is so high, just given the location we're at. So statistically, we've committed more to battle games than we have to other places that we have subcrats at, but that's still a very small amount of money if you kind of look at it, what we can do. So we're going to try to do those things. We're going to try to make sure that we have proper weapons checks, that we have ways to denote the weapons that have already been checked, that we have ways to denote teams, whether that's headbands of some sort or armbands or something, just so there's less confusion on the battlefield. And then most of those are all going to be themed with the Krampus versus, Kris Kringle, Santa Claus, all the names that are there, right? Inside of that context to keep with the theme of what's happening. I have contemplated, though, running and having a best Krampus contest, and kind of like you would do with Halloween costumes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you have people like, okay, literally bring it, and Friday night or Friday afternoon or whatever, this best Krampus contest, and we'll figure out prizes for it and stuff like that. It's not solidified, but I have thought of that idea.
I love that, and I absolutely think you should have a Krampus and a Santa costume contest.
Nice. You know what? It's not a bad idea. They do them both.
Yeah. Best
cool.
Krampus, best Santa.
I'm still with the idea, for our listeners in Burning Lands, our current monarch, our king, is Curse. If you've been playing the game long enough, you've probably heard that name and you know who Curse is. If you're a little bit newer to the game, you might not. If you're haven't really experienced Southern Amtgard in Texas or New Mexico, you may not know who he is as well. But Curse was kind of one of those guys that really helped with the process of getting the ball rolling, that Amtgard International gets to exist, right? Knew what it is. But because of that,
so we could run,
right? Or crawled, or hop, skipped, and jumped, whatever.
Yeah.
But I've still toyed with the idea because around Christmas time, you always find the elf on the shelf. I may or may not have commissioned a little doll to be made of Curse, so we can have Curse on the Krampus, or Curse on the hearse. I don't know where we're gonna get a hearse. Curse on the hearse, Curse on the. I don't know what else rhymes. But anyways, we're gonna
curse on a purse.
curse on a purse.
Yeah. Curse on a purse, and it'll be the Krampus basket where it keeps all the kids.
Yeah, you got this. And
Curse
then
on a purse.
that'll be given away to somebody to have decorations for the holiday season when it finally rolls around. So, but no, I'm toying for those ideas. We thought forward with the idea of even using something like that as a quest item, things like that. So we're trying to make sure that it's not just an event of show ups, and you're going to hit campsites and just hang out with people and talk. No, honestly, have battle games, have these tournaments that can actually benefit and encourage people in their pursuit of their fighting skills and calibers. Have battle games to where people can, show off their abilities, and those who are shooting for paragons, or those who just love the game itself. Like, we have a rules of play which makes us amp guard, so we're really trying to make sure this happens. And then looking at quests that can run through the entire event, that can be interlooped kind of through everything. We're doing our best to hash that out and get a schedule ready as soon as possible. And so I know our website doesn't have that yet for us, but that's like our priority one right now, is how do we make sure all this meshes together to have that. And honestly, some people may not like what I'm about to say. My biggest concern isn't if something's overlap. I'm not greatly concerned about that. If we have a battle game that overlaps on a tournament, I think those who want to play the battle games will play the battle games, and those who want to fight in the tournament will fight in the tournament. We're trying to make sure that there's going to be plenty of things that people are like, I'm not really a battle gamer. Cool, we got a tournament, or we got quests going on. I'm not really a tournament fighter. Cool, we got battle games. I don't like quests. Cool, I don't like anything. Fine, go be a curmudgeon and tell me everything's loud over there. Right. But I'm confident in our team. I like everybody's enthusiasm that I'm working with. It'll be my first year out of all the years I've been playing this game to have oversight over tournaments, battle games, and quests all at once at a major event. And so it's kind of intimidating, but I'm trying to have as much fun with it as I can, trying to listen to the criticism that comes, adjust to that to the best I can, and try to take the advice that I think is good and not take the advice that I think is bad. So, that's where we're at. So I'm hoping everybody walks away with, they have a moment of the event through the battle games, tournaments, and quests that is just that memory in that moment that they walk away with and will forever talk about. Like, I have those when I came to this event as a 14, 15-year-old kid up into my 20s. And I have those moments I still talk about today. So I'm hoping we can create stuff like that. Yeah.
I think that's a great goal to have.
Is a hot dog a sandwich? And if so, then is a taco a sandwich?
I can't have this conversation. I'm going to get in a fight. I'm just going to tell you guys a funny real quick. I sent a picture of the pizza where half of it was cake and half of it had a rotisserie chicken on it. And the cake had M&Ms and sprinkles. I was like, feast idea? No one thought it was funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. I love everything about this.
Protein, carbs, dessert. There's probably vegetables in the sauce, it's everything. Bless awesome. You, David. Are you allergic to me?
I don't think so.
I love everything about this. All right. Well, with that, is there anything else that we would like to cover? Ragnarok, I know you're going to be listening. I know it's GOTK. I'm still not going to say it. GOK. So, anyway, I love you. Pre-register.
Pre-reg.
Right.
Pre-reg.
Well, then I'm going to assume that means we're about to wrap up.
Yes.
So, as is my tradition with every podcast I have done or like to be on, really I thank Kodiak for this, asking these silly questions. So I have a question for both of you. Are you ready?
Yes.
If your life was a movie, what would the title of the movie be?
What did I get myself into?
I feel that would be like a comedy movie just with the title.
Yeah.
Kind of like, dude, where's my car?
Yeah, pretty much.
Astra?
Jumanji. I don't know.
What? The prequel?
Yeah, that's my life.
That's my life. No, it's not. It's not a prequel. You don't understand. My life is Jumanji.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Yeah, you think you're moving forward, but really you're just opening.
Being attacked by massive mosquitoes all the time.
Yes. I'm just kidding. I think it would be a comedy, sword and sorcery themed movie about someone who is constantly running late and forgetting what they're doing, and that's why they have 50 notebooks and notes keeping them on track. Probably called like
Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
No, I'm not wimpy. I'm not wimpy. I am strong like Russian bear. Now, it'd probably be called Jumanji ADHD edition.
That's funny. ADHD edition Jumanji. I like that.
Like,
That's
are
a
we
good one.
playing the game or did we forget something?
I like that one. I like that one. That's a good one. That's a good one. So I think mine would be something like, you know, in the theme of like Mad Max, but it'd be like, you know, mental breakdown. You know, something along those lines. Maybe something like, check engine light, but ignored or something. I don't know. Or ignore the check engine light. Something along those lines.
That's good. I like
It'd be something like that. Yeah, it'd be something between a serious romantic yet also a tragic comedy.
Yeah.
It'd be all that.
I think aesthetically, I would really want mine to be very 1980s sword and sorcery. You know, the outfits are just amazing. Cheap.
I think I'd go for. I'm going further back. I'm going like Charlie Chaplin.
Heck yeah. But I'm thinking the comedy style would be very much like Robin Hood Men in Tights.
We're men in tights.
Tights.
Looking for fights.
Did you say Abe Lincoln or Abe Lincoln?
Abe Lincoln. My name is Achu. Bless you. I love everything about that.
Yeah.
Locksmith. Maybe that's going to be the theme of my reign if I become king.
Will it
Robin
really?
Hood.
I will wear green tights your entire reign.
You know what? Like, just because you said that, I'm probably not going to do it.
But you also said you would do the Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Yeah, so it's like 1980s pro wrestling, Monty Python and the Search for the Holy Grail, and Robin Hood Men in Tights. Now the question is how can I wrap all those things together?
I got you. ChatGPT's on it.
How do I take these three ideas, these three movies, and turn it into one theme? Actually, hold on. How much time do we have?
6 minutes. We have time. Chat's
Got time for this, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go straight to ChatGPT, as one would do.
How do I combine Robin Hood Men in Tights, Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and 1980s pro wrestling into one seamless amped guard reign theme? Let's go.
Do it. What are you getting?
ChatGPT said, "Oh, this is gonna be epic. You've got absurd comedy, medieval parody, and over-the-top characters from 3 powerhouse sources. Let's smash them together into one glorious Amtgard reign theme." It says Lords of the Ring, Quest for the Golden Belt. A tale of tights, might, and medieval madness. The core concept: your kingdom has entered a time of legendary chaos where heroes in tights, bizarre knights on strange quests, and flamboyant warriors of the squared circle all collide in one universe. The land's greatest artifact, the Golden Belt of ultimate authority, has gone missing, and only the boldest or the most ridiculous champions can recover it. This is sick, okay? I mean, this is cool. This is rad. This is, what do the new kids say? Skibbity?
I grew up saying this is awesome trash.
Yeah. I think they say skibbity, but I don't know.
Skibbity.
Yeah, so the land, what do you get?
You want to hear what I got? Here's the theme title: The Royal Rumble of the Realm, Quest for the Golden Gauntlet. So this theme transforms your Amtgard event into a madcap medieval wrestling extravaganza where knighthood and comedy collide with the glitz, bravado, and showmanship of 80s wrestling, set in a fantastical, irreverent version of Camelot. Participants not only duel for honor, but also engage in outlandish skits, theatrical promos, and epic quests for a coveted prize, the Golden Gauntlet of Glory.
Yeah, same. I got a
You got one
storyline.
too?
I got theme ideas. I got battle game ideas.
Legendary quest. In the Enchanted Kingdom, man, the kingdom name is great. The Enchanted Kingdom of Quirkalot. Rumors spread that the mythical Golden Gauntlet has resurfaced. This powerful relic, said to bestow unbeatable strength and comedic luck, becomes the ultimate prize in a grand tournament. Knights and warriors from all corners of the realm gather to prove their mettle in a series of wrestling battles, jousting matches, and absurd quest-style challenges reminiscent of Monty Python's quests.
I got slogan ideas. The reign of tights and fights. Belt up or shut up. Welcome to the medieval smackdown.
This is awesome. Mine gives final thoughts, and here's the final thoughts. This Royal Rumble of the Realm theme provides a playful, immersive event that celebrates the absurdity of classic Monty Python humor and flamboyant spectacle of the 90s professional wrestling, all within an engaging Amtgard context. The blend of satirical storylines, I don't know why I can't say that word, but whatever, over the top characters and interactive quest elements ensures an unforgettable experience where bravery is measured not only by skill, but also by one's ability to entertain and delight a live audience. This design gives you the creative flexibility to customize details further based on your local AmpGuard community's traditions and the level of theatricality, I didn't know that was a word, you wish to achieve. Enjoy crafting an event that champions both medieval valor and the spirit of fun.
I love it. I gotta do our outro. I have like
done.
60 seconds.
Get it done.
Anyway, comment on this video or podcast if you want him to do that theme. I say yes, it's a go. Anywho, that's a wrap for today's episode. We've given you a little preview of what's to come from our teams for GOK 2025, Krampus in July. And next time we will delve deeper with our gate crat. Thank you for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe to stay updated as we get closer to our big event. Have a great day.
Love, peace, and chicken grease.
Awesome. Yay, I'm so excited.
Nailed it. Are we about to get cut off now?
Yeah, but you
Last
should do that
one.
rain theme. I'm serious.
I just read for the one you read.
We gotta combine them, man.
I don't know. Dave, what do you think?
I don't know. They kind of both sound pretty awesome.